Hello and welcome everybody back to Christian's Fragrance Reviews. So today I want to talk about one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Amouage. I want to talk about Amouage Enclave. So the whole concept of the fragrance, or like the inspiration from the fragrance, actually comes from the fjords of Musandam. So the fjords of Musandam are not directly connected to the Oman, but actually north of the Oman. So this is where the name Enclave comes from. So the perfumer Julien Rasquinet, when he made this fragrance, he actually tried to capture the feelings of the fjords of Musandam. So you have the water, the coolness of the water, but then you also have the hotness of the cliffs and the sands. And what he tried to do, he tried to actually capture this juxtaposition of the coolness of the water and then the hotness of the sand. So I have the fragrance here, and the official notes for the top notes are cardamom oil, spearmint oil, pink pepper, and cinnamon bark. So me personally, I get this big dose of spearmint. So you have this spearmint, it has like a slight sweetness, and then next to the spearmint you also have a strong dose of cinnamon. So it kind of reminds me of like a cinnamon spearmint type of chewing gum, since there's also a bit of the sweetness like going on, and then it's like a really nice, strong, and very nice opening. So I think the opening is actually one of the best parts of this fragrance. And then as it dries down in the hard notes, you have rose, patchouli, olibanum, and vetiver. From these notes, I don't get much of the rose, the vetiver, or the olibanum. I think I get most of the patchouli, but it's not like a strong patchouli. So the patchouli here just gives more of a denseness, like a thickness, and also a bit of a manliness to the fragrance. And then in the base you have Saffiano. Not sure what this is actually. Amber Extreme, so I suppose it's just an amber, just an amber smell, and Labdanum Resonate. So like the most prominent notes for me in this fragrance are actually the mint, which stays throughout the whole life of the fragrance, and the cinnamon, especially in the opening. And then as it develops more, you get more of the deeper, richer notes like the patchouli and especially the amber. And then you have like the base of the fragrance is mostly just the amber, and then there's like a bit of sweetness also going on through the whole type of fragrance to give it a little bit more of a youthfulness, and like it's like an easygoing fragrance. So what I feel about this smell in particular, it's a very easy to like fragrance, and it gets you a lot of compliments, and like this juxtaposition of the freshness of the mint combined with the sweetness and also like the spiciness of the cinnamon and the richness of the patchouli and the amber. It just gives it a feeling like an irresistible type of it's like an irresistible type of smell. It's like you can't go wrong with this fragrance. Like people who are not necessarily into niche will also appreciate this fragrance. So I think you will get a lot of compliments with this fragrance. So if you're a beginner, and if you actually want to get into niche fragrances, and if you want to get into Amouage, but you're a little bit afraid of the more daring fragrances like Interlude or Fate Man or Myths Man or even Figment Man, then you should really try this one first. I think for a beginner it's easy to like, but then there's also, it has enough complexity and richness to make it interesting for like niche freaks like me who really want the best of the best. And there was a bit of criticism about the base of this fragrance, like this base doesn't smell as I don't know, it doesn't smell as natural or authentic as people hoped for. But I don't really understand the criticism, because this is still a very high quality, very natural type of smell. Maybe the amber extreme and the slight sweetness makes it not as how should I put it, makes it not as, doesn't give this most natural feeling. But that's like criticism on a really high level. Like, this is still a really awesome fragrance and nice smelling fragrance in my opinion. Like, I don't have any problems with the smell or the quality of the smell at all. So when it comes to the performance of the fragrance, it's actually a really nice performance fragrance. It's not necessarily a beast mode like Interlude, and maybe not even as strong as Sunshine, but it has a good longevity. So I would say longevity is about 7 to 8 hours, maybe even 9 hours, depends on your skin type. And also projection is really good. Like, the first 2 hours of projection are really strong. Like, for me, even like the first 2 hours are like a little bit too strong, a little bit too much. After 2 hours it becomes much easier to wear. I remember I applied this fragrance, I think at 3 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I visited a friend, so 5 to 6 hours later, and he totally noticed the fragrance and said it's like pretty strong. I was like so surprised because I applied it so many hours ago. But to be fair, he has a pretty sensitive nose, but it is definitely there, and especially in the first 2 hours people will notice it, even if they don't have a sensitive nose. So you will get attention and you will get compliments in the first 2 hours. So no problem about performance with this fragrance, especially for me. Like, yeah. So about the presentation is actually really nice. So I have the box here. If you open the box, you can actually see, just give me a second. So if you open the box, you can actually see the fragrance resides in here. I just put it in. So the fragrance resides in here. And then you actually have a text from the perfumer, the signature, and then also on the bottom it tells you the notes of the fragrance. And then this is written in gold, and also the signature is written in gold. And then, yeah, you can also see the packaging. You have this artwork, this graphic type of artwork. It's actually really nice. You know, you have this gold strand going around, like through the whole, like across the box. And then you also have this latch, and this is also magnetic as well. So this is stays into place. So this is not like getting off that easily. Actually have to open it with a little bit of force. Really nice presentation. I like this presentation more than I like the old presentation, because in the old presentation you actually had to open the box like this, and then the fragrance would sit on the bottom part of the box, and then it always stresses me because when I open it I'm kind of afraid that it would fall out. So yeah, presentation, I like it a lot. I think it's an excellent presentation. Also, the box is not as big as the old boxes, so I think this is like a perfect size. And then if you open it, it's like such a nice gift as well. So on what occasion do I think you should wear this fragrance? So this fragrance is actually very versatile, so it's kind of difficult to give a suggestion when you should wear the fragrance. Since it's so versatile, I think you can wear it in the office, or you could wear it in like in your leisure time. But I think it's more suited to the leisure time because it has a little bit of the sweetness. It has a very contemporary and very youthful type of fragrance, like especially in the first 2 hours. It grabs attention. So I'm more inclined to wear this during my leisure time, maybe less so during the office time, but you can definitely also wear it in the office because it just smells awesome and people will like it. I promise. So when it comes to season, I think it's a pretty versatile fragrance. You can wear it pretty much in every season. Maybe it's a little bit too strong and too deep and rich for summer, But even in summer you could wear it because the mintiness gives this freshness. But yeah, you have to watch out because in summer it could be a little bit too strong. But that's just my suggestion. So overall, in summary, I would say Enclave is a fantastic fragrance from Amouage, a really nice offering, especially if you're new into niche perfumery and if you want to smell a high quality fragrance from Amouage, but you're a little bit afraid of the more daring fragrances. I really recommend this fragrance. And even if you're already somebody who has a lot of experience with niche fragrances, then this fragrance, I think it has the complexity, it has the deepness, it has the richness to make it also exciting for niche people. So yeah, you should definitely check this out. I really hope you liked my review of Enclave. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Bye bye.